Rule number 1, cash is no longer king. Remember when we talked about how cash used to be a safe haven during economic downturns? Well, those days are over. With inflation and money printing eating away at its value, holding on to cash might actually be a losing strategy. It's like keeping your money under the mattress, except the mattress now is slowly catching fire. Rule number 2, bonds aren't the boring, reliable investment they used to be. Now they're simply boring. You can't rely on them anymore to protect you during downturns because their value will get eaten away by the money printer. So, what are we to do? That brings us to rule number 3. Real assets are the way to go. We're talking about things like stocks, real estate, gold, certain cryptocurrencies. These assets have the potential to hold their value or even appreciate when the governments and central banks are taking on more debt and printing more money. They're like the lifeboats in this crazy economic sea. This is why in my investing masterclass, in addition to different assets and styles of investing, I pay a lot of attention and go into great details of how money works, how it is created, and what it means for your savings. I have had great feedback exactly on this part of the class by my students who later joined the Dividend Method program, so I'm sure it will be useful to you as well. You can sign up for it in the link in the description. So, even though we as individual investors might learn how to play the game, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. This new game comes with its own set of risks. Asset bubbles can form, leading to sudden crashes and big losses. Inequality can widen as those who own assets get richer while those who don't get left behind. And who knows what will happen if the whole system finally collapses under the weight of all that debt and printed money. There are some serious risks and potential consequences to this new economic landscape that we need to talk about. First off, let's talk about bubbles. Remember when we said that real assets like stocks and real estate might be the way to go? Well, yes, but when everyone piles into the same types of investments, it can drive prices up to unsustainable levels. That's what we call a bubble. And bubbles, as history has shown us time and time again, eventually burst. When a bubble pops, it can cause a lot of pain. People lose money, confidence in the system erodes, and the whole economy can take a hit. Think about the dot-com bubble in the late 90s or the housing bubble that led to the 2008 financial crisis. Those were painful lessons, and there's no guarantee that we won't see similar bubbles forming in the future. However, as already pointed out, these crashes will be immediately covered by money printing, which makes the bubble even bigger. Another big concern is inequality. If the new rules of the game favor those who own assets, then the gap between the rich and the poor is likely to widen. Those who have the means to invest in stocks, real estate, and other assets will see their wealth grow, while those who don't will be left behind. This can lead to social unrest, political instability, and a whole host of other problems. It used to be the case that only rich people were allowed to play the game. However, because of technology, in my opinion, the divide right now is not so much about those with money or without, but it's about those who are educated and those who aren't. Even if you can only save $200 a month, you can still buy shares of stocks or reputable cryptocurrencies and protect yourself from the effect of money printing. You no longer need to store gold in a vault or buy a $200,000 house in order to not be left behind. And because of the power of the internet, you now have access to videos like this where you can get educated. Remember, the old playbook might not work anymore, but that doesn't mean we're doomed. It just means we need to be smarter, more creative, and more educated than ever before, which is, hopefully, what I'm trying to do with this channel. If you want to understand more about the topic of how you are no longer able to save money and how this mindset is ruining your financial future, then check this video that should have appeared on your screen. I will see you there.